Okay, so today I'm going to be making a left click mage guide because someone commented in my right click mage that I should make a left click mage version of it. I think his name was Stromzy. So here you go. Left click mage. Now right click mage, pretty standard. I really wish I had a storm chestplate. I know I could buy it, but I still need giveaway money. And speaking of giveaway, we're getting a little closer to 250 subscribers, which is going to be where when the giveaway will start. Join the Discord server so you can enter, and yeah, we'll go from there. Now, left click mage is arguably the best single hit damage out there to one mob, but only in dungeons. Of course, you can't really do like 40 million damage with left click mage outside of dungeons. So yeah. So this is mostly for late game, end game players because uh I actually wouldn't recommend doing left click mage unless you are late to end game, since the cost of it to even make it like okay is pretty expensive, and I just broke that melon, and now I'm lagging. So to start, once I can move, is the armor. Now the armor is pretty standard. It's gonna be okay. Let's pretend this is a storm chest plate. So pretty standard storm armor, and your helmet is gonna be one of two things. It's going to be either the shadow goggles or just any type of goggles, which you should have if you're doing this, at least shadow goggles. So you should either have shadow wither goggles or this, the warden helmet, which I can't get because I'm not the required what's it called? I actually forgot what they're called. The zombie slayer. I'm just gonna call it that. I'm not the required zombie slayer level, so I can't use this item. But this is what I would recommend, because if we look at its ability, or first let's just look at those stats. Strength 35, crit chance 15, crit damage 34. Health 457, 155 defense. Oh, that's with maxed out hot potato books and fuming potato books. And 25 intelligence. Enchants, it's pretty standard. But brute force, half your speed, but grants 20% base weapon damage for every 25 speed you have. Now that's a lot. 25 speed, and you get plus 20% base weapon damage. And not only that, if you have ancient, you get plus 1 crit damage. So let's just use this as an example. We'll use my speed. So my speed 136. So I'd be getting over 100% more base damage on my weapon. Now that's just the armor. Now again, the wither goggles and shadow goggles are, I'm gonna consider a budget option, because how much are wither goggles? I know you can buy them from the shop at the dungeon thing, but I just want to see. So let's see, lowest been only 5 mil. Yeah, really, really big budget option. So yeah, either 5 mil or wither goggles, and they will do a lot less damage because you're not getting the extra insane damage from the warden's helmet. And yeah, you'll be doing a ton less damage, but at least you have the survivability and okay damage. Now, next we'll go for enchantments, which is not this, obviously. We're going for ancient, which if we go for ancient storm, storm, okay, we go to a mythic one because that's considered maxed out, and we'll go chestplate because that's the easiest thing to do. Right here. So go for one that's not extra star, that has extra stars. Okay, those are okay right here. 35 strength, 15 crit chance, 31 crit damage. 7 health, 7 defense, 25 intelligence, and it adds on to dungeons. So in dungeons, this chest plate would get 124 strength, 22 crit chance, 110 crit damage, 1,356 health, 575 defense, and about almost 1,000 intelligence. That's just a chest plate, which is the best one. That gives you the most stats, I guess. Yeah. So you will have to do ancient because not only is it probably the best, like the best thing for left click damage. Let's go back. It also still has the ancient bonus, which I think I am not sure since I don't use ancient. I think they are all separate. So if you have 4 ancient, every catacombs level you have, let's say this one, catacombs 24, I think. Yeah, not that high. Let's say this is ancient. So this will give 24, this will give 24, this will give 24, this will give 24. That's what I'm thinking. Now if I had ancient, I would actually know this. So sorry about that if I got that wrong. But that's from my own understanding. So if all 4 of these have ancient, you get based on your catacombs level. So let's say mine 24, 24 for each. So you'll be getting, well, if you're higher level, like catacombs 30, you'll be getting plus 30 for each piece. Again, if I'm wrong in this, I apologize. But yeah. Now for now let's do pets. Let's do pets first. Because that's the next pricey thing. So first pet. Most probably the priciest one. Ender Dragon. And now they're showing me skins. Pets. There we go. Okay. So let's see. You get 50 strength, 50 crit damage, 10% crit chance, and the superior buff it gives increase most stats by 10%. That's basically all your other stats, like it'll boost health and defense, strength, speed, crit chance and damage, intelligence, magic find, and all that stuff. But I don't think it will increase things like mining, farming, or foraging fortune. So yeah, Ender Dragon for damage. Now, if you want cheaper, because I think it's cheaper. Yeah, Ender Dragon. 400. There's cheaper, I know there is. Let me look for the cheapest level 100. Okay, right here, 200 mil. Now that's a lot, and not everyone can afford it. Not even end game players or late game players. So yeah, that's gonna be really pricey. So we're gonna go with the next best, which is a Griffin. Now let me go to Legendary. Right here, let me look for level 101 real quick. Can't see that. There we go. 100. Let me look for the cheapest one too. 65, 86. Okay, this one's the cheapest one. 30 mil. You can see, really big price difference. Now, if we look at its ability, or one of its abilities, the Legendary Constitution, you get permanent regen and strength. And a high level one at that. And since you'll be playing with other people, you can heal nearby players for 20% of the final damage you receive. That's a lot of healing, potential healing. But this is meant for the King of Kings ability, where you get 15% strength when you're above 85 health. Now, that's a lot to consider, but you do get a lot of benefits for using the Griffin. As let's see, 85, I'm gonna say it's like this much we have to remove. You have to at least be from the mouse here all the way back. You have to at least be there. You need to at least have that much health, which in dungeons where there's like everything coming at you, that could be a challenge, but at the same time, you are gonna be a left click mage with range. I think it's like 15 block range. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So from here, I do not have blocks on me. The fourth one. Okay, let me grab the melons real quick. Okay, so you'll be hitting this much range from here to here, and that's really significant. That's a significant amount of range. If it's 15, it might be 10. Well, let's just say it's 15. So you can be hitting from this far without having any issues, which in turn, you should not be taking that much damage. So that's a little fix to the problem. Just keep your distance from the mobs. But again, easier said than done. So that's pets. Now for weapon, I'm gonna have to say no to the Hyperion for this one. Although you could use it, it's still really good. Insane damage and stuff. But there's also the giant giant sword. Giant sword. There we go. Okay, there's also the giant sword. Where okay, let's just go for this fabled the thing here. It's not withered. Okay, right here. A withered giant sword. You can see if you have withered on it, 5-star, hot potato book, fuming potato book, one for all. In dungeons, you're gonna be doing 6,000 damage with this weapon. Plus, you have 873 strength in addition to that. Now, of course, this is not cheap at all. As you can see, this is like the cheapest. These are the cheapest maxed out ones for 5-star. But even the cheapest one, look at that. The normal clean giant sword is a little over 100 mil. So yeah, a little pricey. But this is a lot of damage. Or you can even do Fabled actually, because Fabled, you have an extra chance to do up to 20% damage for critical hits, which is insane because you should have 100% crit chance. So you'll be getting extra damage every time. It's not guaranteed to be 20, it can be like 10, 15, 7, all that stuff. But sadly, I would normally test it myself. But, well, I don't have the money to do it. But this is just based on research, a lot of it too. So yeah, withered giant sword. Now let's take this into comparison with the Hyperion. 6,161 damage and 873 strength. Let's keep that in mind. The Hyperion, for strength, you're only getting 600, which is 200 less. And, well, I don't have withered, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna get more if you have withered. But the damage, it's not even close. As you can see, it's only 857. I don't know. Let me see. Withered. Okay, withered only gives strength. So this is a good example. 6,100 compared to 857. I think we all know what we would choose. Now sure, the giant sword doesn't have enchantments like smite, lethality, vampirism, thunderlord, critical 5, or critical 6 or 7. First strike, giant or titan killer, execute, all that stuff. But it just has a ton of damage. So yeah, that's a thing. And that would be your weapon of choice. Now, I think you can also use what it was called. I actually forgot what it was called. Uh Let me go back to the hub. Go here. Go there. Um let me go back to the Slayers area. Because there is an item that people have been saying. So it's down here. Go here. Wolf Slayer. Slayer recipes. Right here, the edible mace. Now, your next attack deals double damage. So let's talk about that. Your next attack does double damage. You're gonna have like a ton of strength because you have Ancient Gear and a bunch of crit damage too. You're gonna have a bunch of strength and crit damage just from the gear. You're gonna have a giant sword that does 6,000 damage in dungeons, 800 damage, 800 strength, I mean, in dungeons. You're gonna have an Ender Dragon pet, which increases those stats by 10%. Or or Griffin, which pretty much does the same thing, but only for strength, and you get strength 8. So yeah, and if you have the Warden's helmet, you're gonna have 20% plus base weapon damage for every 25 speed. So let me try to calculate this. So we start off with the giant sword with, I don't know how much strength and gives, and so I'm not gonna consider that. So 6,100 plus, let's use my speed as an example. So I think I'll be getting 125. Yeah, we'll be getting 125%. No, 120%. So plus 120%. And then we do, so that's already, that alone is already 7,000 base damage, 7,300 base damage on your giant sword. And then it increases with the strength from the giant sword. And it also increases from the 10% boost from the Ender Dragon. It increases from your armor. You're going to be doing a ton of damage. So yeah, End of Storm will give you mana, so that will also boost your damage, because it also considers mana in the thing, in the damage calculation. So yeah, so let's see. We uh well, I guess I don't have signs. But so the final thing is 3/4 Wither, 3/4 Storm. I was thinking about Wither goggles. So 3/4 Storm armor, Wither goggles for a complete budget option. You're not gonna do a ton of damage, but it's good enough, I guess. But preferably Warden's Helmet, along with 3/4 Storm. You're gonna have Ancient. You're gonna have a Giant Sword with an edible mace. You're gonna have an Ender Dragon Pet for the 10% stat increase. I think if you even put like an item on it, well, I don't know what item you would put, but I guess a Dwarf Turtle Helmet, because you don't want to be taking knockback. So Ender Dragon or Griffin, preferably Ender Dragon. A Giant Sword, Edible Mace, I think I said that already. Ancient Armor. That's gonna be your setup. Now for stats, obviously you want to go Berserker style talismans. So not demonic, you want to go something like shaded, strong, all that stuff. Weapon, withered, obviously. And yeah, that'll be for left click mage. Now again, if you want me to look for a budget option to make it better for earlier game people, like floor 6-ish, 7, like, yeah, we'll say floor 5 to 6. A 7 you should be able to do good damage already. But yeah, 4, 5s, and 6. If you want to play left click mage, I can try to find a budget option for that. But other than that, I'll end the episode here, and we'll see you next time.